Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SkyExchange.net CBFS T20 League Season 2, powered by FanCode. And we are live from Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It's a double header, and we are in for the second game of the night. And it's going to be the final league game, which is between Interglobe Marine and TVSL Group. And it's a must-win game for TVSL Group, mind you, because if they lose, they go back. They don't qualify for the semi-finals. It's going to be Pacific Group that is going to go through. And if they win, they will go through on a higher net run rate. So it's a must-win game here for TVSL. So we'll have to quickly wait and see how things are going to pan out here as Nishan Majetia is out there with the two captains for the toss.
It's the last league match of this beautiful tournament, the SkyExchange.net Sharjah CBFS T20 Season 2, powered by FanCode. And you remember that a tournament is considered good when you don't know who the four semi-finalists are till the last league match. And that's the situation here. A very simple equation for the Vision Shipping. They need to win to go through, but IGM a little more relaxed because they are already almost pretty certainly through. For them, this should be a good game of cricket before going into the semi-finals. Well, it's match between IGM and TVSL. With me is the captain of IGM, Yasir Kaleem, the captain of TVSL, Jawad Ghani, and of course the match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. It's going to be Yasir to spin, Jawad to call. Heads is the call. Hard work for Mr. Iftikhar. It's a tail. Yasir, please step forward. Yes, what would you like to do?
We'd like to chase first, so we'd like to bowl on this wicket. Yesterday also we got hammered and for 208 runs, 14 runs, but the kind of batting strength we have, so we are a formidable side in chasing.
Yes, and of course the first game the ball was stopping a bit, wicket got easier to bat on, so that's also playing on your mind?
Yeah, in UAE when you're playing, the second inning is much more easier as the first innings. The only consideration is the ball gets wet, so it's very difficult for the bowlers to hold. And secondly, the ball gets a little softer as well, so it doesn't travel as hard as it does in the first innings. So we're looking for anything below 160 any day. We will take it, but we are a kind of a batting side. Even if we are chasing 250 runs, we don't give up.
And treating this as a game where you can experiment a bit before the knockouts?
No, we just have one change. Taimur Ali comes in place of Ataullah. So whenever we come to the ground, we just want to play our best cricket and we come to win. And no matter how close, how comfortable we are in the points table, but we still want to take a win and end up at the top of the points table.
Good luck for the game.
Thank you very much.
Well, Jawad, firstly, happy to bat.
Yeah, actually it was a difficult decision. It's a used wicket, so probably batting first might be a good idea. You never know.
Yes, the runs have come on this wicket, but yes, yesterday 200 plus was chased down. So that playing on your mind?
Not really. We will still look to score around 170, 180 and try to defend it. Actually, we have been bowling really well. Even the last game 160, we got the other team 40 for 5. So we are bowling very well. We didn't win the last game, but we are bowling well.
And sometimes this kind of clarity is good. You don't have to bother about net run rate, just win the game and go through.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, no doubt. No, makes it a lot easier.
And any changes in your side?
Yeah, Ikram's playing for Obed.
Good luck for the game then.
Thank you.
Right then, that's the news from the middle. Well, as the trend has changed in the tournament now, well, what the IGM captain Yasir Kaleem has done is won the toss and he will be bowling first.
Well, interesting call there. IGM winning the toss, electing to bowl first. Now, let's look at the lineup out there for the final game of the league stage. Interglobe Marine, Ahmed Shafiq, Asif Khan, Hamid Khan as well, the explosive opening pair. Harry Bharwal into the side as well. Hazrat Lukman, who played a fantastic knock. I think he's been more of a batting all-rounder than a bowling now. Mohammad Zahid, Mohammad Taimur getting in a great game. Sandeep Singh Sandy, Shahnawaz Khan with his all-rounder contributions to the team, Tawqir Riyasat, and the captain behind the stumps there, Yasir Kaleem. And pretty interesting there, Ataullah getting rest, I think, in the last game, trying to get Taimur back in the form. Talking about TVSL, we have Saqib Mahmood, the captain, Jawad Ghani, Ali Abid, Fayaz Ahmed, Ikram Janjua, Mohammad Nadeem, Mohammad Rohid, Nasir Faraz, Sajjad Malok, Salman Khan and Omar Arshad. A pretty interesting side, good matchup between both the teams. It's going to be a must-win game here. More importantly for TVSL than it is for IGM because they have lost against Pacific Group. So they are sitting at 6 points right now, and a win with a better net run rate here overall, they will ensure that they seal a spot in the semi-finals. But for that, we'll have to wait and see how this game pans out. But a pretty interesting call here from Yasir Kaleem deciding to field first, knowing the fact that they will be batting in the 4th innings of the day, because there is already a game that happened. Wicket, there will be wear and tear that would be there, but as the night has progressed on this track, things have been relatively better. And we'll take a quick short break until we get back with the live action. Stay tuned and we'll be back here. All right, so we have the two batters out there making their way to the center. It is Saqib Mahmood and Salman Khan who will start the proceedings here for TVSL. And we'll have to wait and watch what sort of a start that they're able to provide here to the side. Must-win game, a different level of pressure. When you know what you're chasing, it becomes a different ball game. But when you don't know what is a good score against a mighty IGM side, well, it's always tougher than chasing a total. Joining me in the comm box to discuss more about that is going to be Azhar once again.
Good evening, Asim. We are here for the final league match. TVS put into bat. And I think this is going to be a cracker of a game. They're going to give it their all in. They have to win this match, as you rightly said earlier. So a little bit of nerves might come into play. And we just have to wait and watch how the game pans out.
Absolutely. To start the proceedings here for Interglobe Marine, it's going to be Toki Riyasat coming in from the SCA end. And a lot of hopes will be on the power play, how things pan out here. It's not going to be easy.
Well, I think they have to look into a total of excess of 170, I would think, Asim, with the high batting strength that IGM has.
Well, tell me more about it. They chased down 214 last night with a lot of ease. You're saying 170. Well, you're underestimating the men in blue.
Minimum 170. We saw that last match as well, the match that happened just a while earlier. 153 was chased in the 16th over. So, yes, high start, a good start required for TVS.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Here is umpire's call there. Play. That's wide to start the proceedings.
Takir missing out on his line there. Mahmood would have wanted to ideally put that away. Do note that they have a slip in place, first slip. They have a gully, point, short covers, mid-off, mid-on, short fine leg, and at the boundary, they have third man and deep square leg.
A calm and composed start here from Saqib Mahmood. On any other day, you would see him whack that one over mid-wicket.
I think they're just trying to understand the pitch. It looks like a good batting track to me. And yeah, that's what we are looking forward to. The bowlers don't have too much to offer, but we can see a hint of movement for Takir. He's getting his outswing going on pretty well. He just needs to focus on his length, and things can be dangerous for TVS.
Whack straight down the ground. Fielder getting a hand to it. Is that enough? Well, good enough there. They'll manage to come back for two.
Yes, absolutely amazing commitment there. He had to stop the ball and then pick himself up and run to stop that boundary.
Look at that. Bowler getting a hand to it and the fielder getting a hand to it. Still the ball managing to get all the way to the boundary. Look at the power that he had hit that shot with. Saqib Mahmood is off the mark.
Well, his intentions seem quite clear here. He's going to go at it. He's going to take on Takir. This could be called a wide as well. No, not on this occasion. A little bit of a hint of a lack of foot movement, I feel, from Mahmood so far.
Well, just trying to throw bat at it. 3 in 3 here. Decent start here for Takir. And we have some supporters of different age groups in one frame. Upish, in the air, chance. And Taimur just could not get to it. And that's a single there. Will be on strike. Salman will be on strike now.
Yeah,
and if he bowls in that channel, it's not going to be easy to get away with. Because Salman loves freeing his arms on the offside.
Spot on. Also, I think Mahmood needs to work on his foot movement. He needs to get probably a bit more closer. Tawqir not able to get his line. He's been very close to the wide line.
Five for no loss here. 2 more balls to go in the first over. Yet to see a boundary. That's the one we see here. Cracking shot on the offside by Salman Khan. I said he loves to play on the offside.
Yes, too short and too wide. Too easy for Salman. But the important thing was he needs to get the placement right. This one was spot on because they have a good gap there. And if Tawqir is going to continue bowling on that line, they may need to keep an additional fielder on the offside, especially for that square cut shot.
Driven nicely, and that's the end of the first over. It stays in single digit. 9 for no loss.
Hazrat will continue proceedings for IGM. This is over number 2.
That's wide outside the off stump, and just trying to swing, trying to cut that one on the offside. Saqib just looking a bit hesitant in his overall approach here.
Yes, definitely some nerves at play because those are deliveries that you should be able to put out. They do have cover in the offside. They have a third man as well.
Again, a swing and a miss. This time under the bat.
And these are valuable opportunities. I feel he is missing out. This is a must-win match for them. They need to get their focus back in track. And with that, we can see another fielder moving away from the leg side to the offside towards short cover position. Hazrat having similar problems. Not able to get his line right so far.
That has been cracked, and cracked with a lot of power. That sound echoed in the entire stadium for at least a second and a half. Top shot from Saqib Mahmood.
It's just over the fielder there at mid-off. Well timed and hit with some power, and that's what he can do. This one, he seemed a little bit more in control of his shot compared to the previous deliveries. That's a dot ball. Saqib's concerns with outswing deliveries well outside the off stump continues. And these are deliveries which usual opening batsmen should be able to put away or at least get bat to ball.
Just like that. But straight to the field. Excellent work there by Harry Bharwal.
Yes, indeed. Just the boundary so far. And Hazrat should be okay with the way this over has panned out. He would want to finish well. Needs to get his line sorted a little bit more try to pitch it probably between the middle and leg stump, make Saqib to drive.
That's wide. That's wide outside the off stump.
And it's the movement, Asim. I feel that there's more movement right now than it was in the second innings of the previous match. Or it's probably because Hazrat has been able to create a better swing.
Well, now the movement is not off from the surface. It's from the it's in the air. Now that's the skill that the bowler possesses. I mean, we can't say that it is a sea movement. It is completely the aerial movement that he's getting, and that's a skill.
Yes, indeed. This has been swatted and swatted well. Does it clear the boundary? We have to wait for the umpire's signal.
Well, anything on that length, it's not going to be spared by Saqib Mahmood. He's getting into the groove. 2 gone, 20 for no loss.
Two overs gone, 20 for no loss. TVS, a steady start. Some beautiful boundaries have come so far. Saqib and Salman both getting into the groove. Tawqir will continue proceedings. And we have a match at hand here. It's going to be an exciting contest, no doubt. Both teams very capable of winning games, very capable of hitting some great shots. We just have to wait and watch. Tawqir to continue. This is lofted, and lofted well. Another 6.
That's a handsome looking shot there from Salman. Complete control of that pull. Look at how he covered the line of the ball, and all he had to do was just play it with timing. Shorter boundary, he did not have to apply power. And 6 good runs here for Salman.
Is beautifully dispatched. Absolutely in control of the shot. Mind you, they did have a fielder at deep square leg who just had to watch the ball sail over the boundary ropes, and important runs this for TVS.
That's one off the over there from Tawqir. Now he brings out a lethal delivery, which is difficult to get rid of. He has that quick bouncer. Batter's not able to check those.
As Salman did ask the question to the leg umpire that he believed it went over his helmet, but just the bouncer for the over call by the umpire.
Slower delivery, nicely played in the gap. Ball's racing away, and so is Hazrat Luqman, who puts in an excellent chase there. Keeps it down to a couple.
Has beautifully adjusted this by Salman. Shows his class. An absolute all-rounder batsman, can play anywhere in the ground. This one slow and glanced towards that mid-on area. 2 valuable runs.
Now that's played with better timing, and fumble there from Hazrat Luqman, but just a single.
Yeah, missed out the placement on this occasion. A little too close to Luqman there. And single taken, but a good over so far, I would say, for TVS. They're going at a run rate of 10.9. The start that they would have wanted has been achieved so far.
Well, trying to fish around with that. 9 runs already of the over. And a dot ball here. Going at almost 10 and over. Well, nicely played towards a square leg for a single. 3 gone, 30 for no loss.
So that's the equation. 3 overs gone, 30 for no loss. TVS steady start. Saqib at 14, Salman at 13. And
So it's Shahnawaz who has been introduced here. Trying to sweep that, goes a bit fine. Looking for 2. And Lukman keeps it down just to a single.
just missed out on that opportunity, I would think. Saqib. The ball was drifting on the leg side. There was no cover there at the sweeper. And being able to take this towards that deep backward square leg, but missed out. Single taken and another single taken.
Nicely played there by Salman. Very good delivery from Shahnawaz. What's going to be interesting is what sort of an approach does Salman bat here. He is being intentful. He's executing the bad ones pretty nicely. And this has been swept nicely by Saqib in the gap for a boundary.
That is absolutely well played. This was exactly the same shot he attempted in the first delivery that was bowled at him. This one, he gets bat to ball, and with a field set up, I would think that Shahnawaz has missed his line here. Dissected the fielder there between short fine leg and square leg, and another boundary. TVS is going steady, 36 for no loss.
Well, that's down the leg side. Too much turn there for Shanu. Gets a wide. Look at the amount of turn.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and he's bowled him. Dragged it to the stumps. Unlucky there. Saqib departs.
A wicket here, inside edge, and ball crashing onto the stumps. So Saqib, who was looking dangerous, has departed. Shahnawaz picks up the wicket in the very first over, and Saqib walks back for 19 of 15 deliveries. TVSL 37 for 1.
So after the fall of the first wicket, Nadeem comes into the middle. Good turn again.
Brilliant bowling here by Shahnawaz. Excellent stuff. off the back foot, straight to the cover fielder, Ahmed Shafiq. And 4 overs gone, just 7 runs coming off that one. TVSL 37 for 1.
So 4 overs bowled, TVS 37 for 1. All kinds of spectators here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Salman will continue to face Shahnawaz, who's lofted high. Could this be a chance? Not.
Chance to be a spectator.
I think it hit some, at first instance, Asim, I thought it was a top edge, and it still looks like that, but was able to still clear the boundary.
Absolutely.
Salman and Nadeem, both dangerous combination. TVS still has a lot of batting to come. This is flicked on the onside. Well timed this time. Will it find its way to the boundary? Yes, it does. 4 more runs.
This is good shot. Excellent stuff here by Salman. He is making his bat do the talking. All he had to do was just place it with a proper timing there. 10 runs of the first 2 balls here.
A textbook leg glance, beautifully executed. It's a hit or miss situation, mind you, because if he misses that, that could well find its way to the stump or even be an LBW. So that confidence at which he's batting at is commendable.
Immediately, change in field there by the captain Yasir Kaleem. Brought that short mid-wicket fielder on. And the ball was played exactly there.
A good captaincy indeed, no doubt. And the bowler bowling to the right area so far. This one was close. Salman did not read that at all.
Let's sneak through the gap. Pretty interesting here.
He has been bowling the stock outswinging delivery so far. This one surprising the batsman. And an inside edge. Fortune favors the brave, going for the big hit, but still finds the boundary.
Well, look at that disappointment in the face of Tawqir. Bowled a brilliant delivery. Almost deceived the batter, but takes an inside edge and flies all the way. You got a feel for him.
There's too many runs given. The run rate going at 10.6 runs per over. This is the start that TVS would have wanted. Of course, the wicket gone, but Salman in good touch. Barring that last boundary, he has middled pretty much everything that came at him.
Now that's cracked on the offside. Class shot from a class batter. Salman Khan has begun his blockbuster show here.
Yes, short and wide, asking to be put away. We've seen this happen in the early overs as well. And this is beautifully done. 55 the score for TVS right now, going steady at 11 runs per over. After the end of 5 overs, the score is 55 for 1. Shanawaz back into the attack. Has bowled beautifully. He's been the only pick of the bowlers who was able to trouble the batsman so far. This one hit high, hit straight, and will find its way to the boundary.
Excellent shot. He had to improvise. He made room for himself and played it straight. There was no fielder there. Getting 4 good runs. They wanted this sort of a start, TVSL.
Beautifully executed by Nadeem. Not the easiest of shots to play.
Now this has been smoked on the offside. This is going to be a 6. So boundary followed by a 6 for Nadeem. Well, he loves playing in that zone. And how convincingly did he hit that?
Missing out on his length. Shanawaz a little too full for someone like Nadeem, who loves that area, as you rightly said. There's a shout here. Might miss the leg stump. No, it doesn't. Given.
Well, the only question here was was it the height? He was bending down, but umpire felt that that is going to crash the leg stump.
Yes.
One more thing that was hitting my mind is that was there enough turn to miss the leg stump, maybe?
Yes, even I felt the same, Asim. I think maybe it was a bit harsh on Nadeem, but regardless, he has to depart. 2 occasions, that is the height and the possibility of missing the leg stump. Nadeem goes after a short cameo, 10 runs of the 5 balls that he faced, and after the end of 5.3 overs, the score for TVS now 65 for 2. Abid is the new one in the middle, possibly wearing his lucky hat, I would think, Asim.
Never seen him wear that when he scored hundreds. I'm not sure that it's going to be lucky, because I didn't find it when he had scored those couple of tons in the Bukhatar League. Excellent bowling here by Shanawaz.
Yes, and what a comeback. He got hammered for consecutive back-to-back boundaries, 1 6 and a 4, and then taking that crucial wicket of Nadeem, who was beginning to look quite comfortable in the middle.
Driven handsomely, and that's going to be a dot ball to finish the power play. 6 gone, TVS 65 for 2.
It's a very entertaining power play. Some great hits there early on. Salman getting his groove on. Beautiful shots. And this one well directed as well. And that unlucky wicket, followed by some great shots. This one on the top of the bat, beautifully glanced on the leg side. And of course a lucky one there. And this one, a great square cut. Beautifully played this by Nadeem. Straight shots, not easy to come by. This one lofted over extra cover for a beautiful 6. That has been the power play so far. 65 runs and a steady start for TVS. 6 overs gone, 65 for 2.
Time for some express pace from Lahore. Colonel Zahid into the attack. It's going to be Abid who will be on strike.
Yes,
66 for 2. It's an inside edge and ball's racing away towards the boundary. Unlucky. Colonel Zahid. Wasn't a bad delivery. Shaping in, getting the inside edge and ball not chopping onto the stumps. That's unlucky.
Yes, he's clearly frustrated, as you can see, but these things do happen. Abid can consider himself lucky to be still there on another day that would have found its way to the stumps.
Here comes Zahid once again into the 7th over. Driven but straight to the fielder. Lukman, who has been a very different Hazrat Lukman. We haven't seen him in that role, standing inside the circle, playing as a batsman more than a bowler. And standing on those positions where you usually do not see fast bowlers stand, unless you're a Hardik Pandya.
Could be the Hardik Pandya for his team tonight, you never know. Slow one there.
There was Meadoff up inside the circle. He could have gone for that glory shot above his head. Excellent slower delivery from Zahid. Now he looks a very controlled version of himself. Otherwise he goes pretty wayward in terms of the extras.
Yes, and I think the intent here from him, I mean, that was a beautifully executed slow ball. Because had he played that upishly, Meadoff could have had an opportunity. This one just stopping, but gets a single regardless.
Trying to push, put the batsman under pressure there. Trying to have a shot at the stumps, but this has been an excellent over here by Zahid. A very, very different start from him. A ball to go in the 7th over, 71 for 2 right now, TVS.
And I think, of course, one of the things that TVS need to look for is to continue momentum, to take advantage of the start that they got. You don't want to give away too many dot deliveries. This is an important match, a must-win match, and shots like this will help them a long way. Beautifully hooked.
This is class. This is class stuff from Salman. Short delivery, and look at how he rotated his body to play that shot. And it was not a top edge, it was an intentional shot to play it fine. Beautifully executed.
Yes, definitely Mr. 360 for TVS right now. 7 overs completed. TVS going steady at 11 runs per over, 77 for 2. So Shahnawaz into the attack, 2 overs bowled. He has been the pick of the bowlers for IGM. 2 important wickets taken, 17 runs given so far. Abid will now want to rotate strike as much as possible. And that turned so well. Could be called a wide, yes it is. In the comm box, we have a change in voice. Nishant is back. Welcome, Nishant.
Thank you very much. No, this is definitely a fantastic start, just the kind of start TVS would have wanted in what is a must-win game for them.
Yes, the amount of turn that Shahnawaz has been generating is nothing short of impressive. And he has been able to regulate it. There are certain deliveries which turn a lot lesser. The previous one that went for wide, that turned a long way. And this could be problems for the batters.
Yes, he's turning the ball square, no two ways about it. Getting the ball to turn quite a bit here.
Must be the hair, Nishant. He's able to get some sort of acrobatic movement on the ball as well, because this is so impressive, and Abid seems to be struggling right now.
Yes, Abid looking to play down the leg side this time. That'll be a wide.
Yes, Shahnawaz himself sometimes not able to control the turn. Been a tidy over so far, barring those two wides that's given. This is in the air, and easy chance could have been on another day for a mid-off fielder. 2 runs taken.
Very lucky. Exceedingly lucky there, Abid.
Yes, Nishant, it almost looked like it went back to the bowler. The fact that it covered so much distance is baffling to me. And Abid is feeling the nerves.
He managed to pick up 2 there. And Shahnawaz has bowled brilliantly. 2 for 21 in his 3rd over. Looks pretty good at this point in time.
Yes, Abid needs to continue to rotate strike. And he does so in the very last ball of the over. Keep strike. 8 overs bowled. The score is 82 for 2. So change in bowling. Harry comes into the attack. 8 overs, 82 for 2. The run rate still going steady for TVS, 10.3 runs per over. And it's going to be an interesting game here. And the interesting next 5 to 6 overs. This one is a hit and hit hard. Will it find its way to the boundary? Yes, it does.
Yes, Abid finally gets it off the middle of the bat, rocking back and just punching it through the offside for a boundary.
This is going to boost his confidence, no doubt. He hasn't been exactly able to middle the ball that easily. Of course, Shahnawaz is not easy to put away. So is Harry. Missed out on his line, I feel. But still, those need to be put away, and Abid doing the right thing.
Turning away this time, pushed back to the bowler.
Yes, Nishant, I think another thing is Abid is underestimating the amount of turn, I feel, that both Harry and even Shahnawaz could bowl.
Beautifully bowled. Excellent delivery, appeal for a stumping there, and he's gone upstairs.
Could be very tight, no doubt. Very quick there. And a part of his foot needs to be behind the line. What do you think, Nishant? Looks like he might get away with this, Abid.
Yes, I believe he might get away with this. We'll have to wait for the umpire's signal, though. He has a better view of things.
Abid survives. So again, as we were talking, he's not able to gauge the amount of turn. I think he needs to get a little bit more closer to the ball, try to just knock it around. Salman has been off strike for quite some time now. You don't want to let momentum go away from the otherwise good knock he's played so far.
Oh, that's a good shot. That's a cracking hit from Abid. That's gone for 6. Lovely shot.
Absolutely well executed. You only have a small margin of error if you're a spin bowler against a aggressive batsman like Abid. This time, Harry missed out on his length, and the ball is out of the ground. So, new ball given by the match referee, and I have got the feeling there'll be many more coming by with the way these two are batting and considering the importance of the match for TVS and even for IGM as well. It's going to be an exciting contest. They have 4 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Just the short third man gully, a short fine leg, and the short covers. Rest of them are all towards the boundary. Indications that Abid is going to go at it again.
Yes, he's a touch player. He gets into the groove, he can be very dangerous.
Doing the smart thing there. 6 followed by a single. Keep things moving, and Abid seems to finally get himself in groove. Salman will be on strike for the first time in 2 overs. You would want to keep the momentum going for him. He's had a beautiful start so far.
Yes, have a good start. You don't get strike is dangerous, but not quite for Salman. He's just rocked back and launched it into orbit.
What a shot, what power. The way he pulled that, not the easiest shot to play towards that side. Had enough time to connect well, and he connected beautifully. And 9 overs gone. The run rate still steady at 11 runs per over. The score is now 99 for 2. So Shanawaz will continue and finish his final over. He's bowled beautifully so far, 3 overs, 22 for 2. The only pick of the bowlers taking the 2 wickets.
So last over for Shahnawaz then.
I think he's going to go big. Not on this occasion. Carefully played towards the sweeper for a single, and rightly so by Abid. Shahnawaz has been the most accurate of the bowlers so far. But it's Salman on strike. And he might be well on his way to get a really fast 50. I don't know if it will be the fastest 50, not if he plays that way. Single taken on this occasion.
It's 45, just 16 deliveries here, 17 now, 46 of 17. So he's just batted brilliantly.
This one is cut away for a single. They have got good cover on the leg side. 5 fielders, in fact, 3 in towards the boundary. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and long on. Takes a quick single there.
Good running between the wickets. They're keeping that run rate over 10 and over. Just making sure that IGM cannot be on the front foot at any point in time. Appeal for a leg before, definitely going down the leg side.
Yes, I think they just want to play him off, finish off his spell. He's bowled well. Respect the bowler, leave him alone. Let's go behind the other ones, because if you look at it, his economy is less than 7 runs per over in a match where TVS is scoring well above 10.5 runs. So they are compensating that with the other bowlers. And not the worst approach. I would think Shahnawaz here would want to finish well.
On the pads, clipped away, straight to the fielder, quick single. End of the over, 10 ball, it's 105 for 2.
Shafiq is the new bowler for IGM. Missing out on his timing there, Salman.
Yes, in the last game yesterday, when everybody was going for runs, he was the only bowler who really didn't give away anything whatsoever.
Yes, I think it's good captaincy, of course.
So what starting with Shanu, what he has done is, now that Shanu has bowled out, he still has 4 overs of a spinner remaining, which really is a good thing if you look at it.
Yeah, smart captaincy, no doubt. IGM is definitely one of the teams to look out for. Shafiq can get his length right quite consistently. And that's driven, hit hard, finds the boundary, Abid.
He gets his length wrong and pays the price. Just fractionally short, and Abid was into it.
Shafiq furious that there was no effort from the fielder, or rather not enough effort from the fielder to stop that from going to the boundary. But I think he tried to bowl it a little bit more quicker. Paid the price. This one is cut Cut well. Will it find its way to the boundary? Well stopped there by the fielder. Harry has been busy. Beg your pardon, that was Hazrat.
Yes, some very good shots being played here by both these batters.
Salman will reach to his 50. Brilliant knock. Great start for his team, and momentum created by him has been the anchor for TVS in keeping their current run rate above 10 runs per over. Salman on fire, and if he stays long enough, it could be problems for IGM.
Yes, Salman, if I'm not wrong, has already got 100. Flattish delivery that has been slapped away. Will pick up a single. Yes, in fact, he has the highest individual score in this tournament. Got it against Sona Gold and Diamonds. 116 not out of 57 balls. End of the over then. It is 115 for 2.
Shafiq, beg your pardon, Zahid will continue from the Bukhatir end. 1 over 12 runs given. Abid on strike. Mid-off inside the circle. This could be called wide, and it does.
Yes, Zahid not getting that one right there. Too far down the leg side.
Attempted Yorker, but missed out his line. Will continue to test Abid for sure. He's got pace, he's got variations as well. And just tucking it on the onside for a single.
So Salman has got to his 50. Of 22 deliveries.
Has the chance, has the opportunity to make a big impact, take his team to the semi-finals and possibly to the finals, but this one is scooped. Could this be collected by the fielder? Shanu watches it sail as it goes over the boundary for the 6.
Runs keep coming. And it's this man who is doing the job.
Zahid, rather expensive. Now Salman again, similar delivery wide. I think Zahid is playing with fire here because he bowled a similar delivery which was dispatched for 6. Of course, they do have cover there with the fine leg fielder up at the boundary, but risky.
Well, right now, it's all about taking risks. And Asif Khan has a word of advice for Zahid there. Very sure what he's trying to tell him.
Very interesting field here, Nishant. So you look at it, you've got mid-off and mid-on. You've got covers right inside the 30-yard circle. If he misses his length, he's going to get hammered for boundary.
Yes, we look at the fielders in the deep. Everybody is, there's nobody straight. There is a third man, there is a sweeper, there is a fine leg, there is a backward square leg, and there is a mid-wicket.
Smart field setup, but could it be over smart? There's no room for an error here. A small lapse in length and you could be put away, but very smartly done by Salman. Will get to, he finds the gap even with the fielders present there.
The other thing is that this clearly means that he's going to bowl short, A. Now the thing is that he cannot bowl short outside the off stump because it's a shorter boundary, and despite the fact that there are fielders present, even a mistimed hit can go all the way.
Or a slow delivery, fuller in length, could always tempt the batsman to chip it. This one is short. Will it find the gap? No, it doesn't. Calling for two, close enough? No. The throw not good enough, and 2 runs taken by Salman.
(60 of 25 deliveries).
Yes, I get the feeling that he could be a bit predictable here. Zahid has been expensive, does not respond well to boundaries hit off his over, does get agitated at times, and rightly so for any fast bowler. But this field setup is one of the most unique field setups I've seen in recent times. This one is glanced. The fielder will cut it off. Regardless, 2 runs taken. Yasir extremely unhappy with the fielding efforts there.
Well, I have seen this kind of field set in computer games. The default field sets. This is defensive 3.
Yes, and this one was rather more fuller, but drifted on the leg side, and lucky for Zahid that Salman, who can easily find gaps, was not successful on that occasion. Now last ball, what's he going to do? Missed out there.
So that will be the end of over number 12. It's 130 for the loss of 2 wickets. So Abid batting on 30 of 25 is giving him good support. Salman 62 of 27.
Yes, absolutely. TVS has been successful in consistently keeping the scoring rate above 10 runs per over. And the last 8 overs, if they're able to cash in another 80 to 90 runs, they'll find themselves in a good position.
Salman 62. Can he get another 100? He's already got one. The highest score of the tournament is to his name.
Yes, indeed. If there's one person who can probably take him out, it's Shafiq. But this one, high in the air, could it find the fielder? No. Sails over, 6 runs.
What a lovely shot. It was not all that short, really. He just got into position very quickly there and pummeled it.
What a batsman, what a player is Salman. Absolutely brilliant. Class shots, class cricket here. And he's definitely giving IGM a run for their money.
Shafiq was brilliant last night. Tonight, start hasn't been all that good for him.
I don't think it was that bad a ball. Salman, absolute brilliance there. The way he's playing could be quite a threat to not just to IGM but also the semi-finalists if they qualify.
What a shot. What a magnificent shot. Where do you bowl to him then? Reaching out to it, hitting it over cover for 4.
Absolute eye candy shots here. And this is an exciting encounter, no doubt. But Salman is on fire, 72 of just 29 deliveries.
Cut away, wanted a single, and Shafiq fails to collect it.
Yes, this was brilliantly bowled by Ahmed, of course, no doubt, because they had 4 fielders there. All he had to do was to collect the ball, which looked like from right up here that Salman would have probably made ground. But he survives, and another single.
And now Abid picking up the single. Turning the strike over, he's good at that.
I think short and wide, that's what he needs to bowl, because they have got very strong cover there. They've got gully, they've got point, they've got cover point, they've got short third man. This is the only way to keep Salman quiet. Or a Yorker delivery like that. Finishes well, Shafiq. And 13 overs gone, the score's 143 for 2.
Taimur introduced into the attack and starts off with a delivery down the leg side. Yes, 7 more overs to go. We are looking at a score in excess of 200 for sure. Let's get the opinion of someone who's very good at predicting scores. Welcome, Asim. What do you reckon?
Well, definitely going above 200 for sure. What I'm keen to understand is, can they manage to get above 225? And for that to happen, one of these two should bat through. Already conceded 3 runs here. Flicked nicely. Should get 2. And will get it easily. That's the bigger part of the ground. And you really can't complain with the field covering the ground so much. 147 for 2 right now. The first ball was a wide. Second ball was a wide and a single. And that has been scooped. Scooped nicely. Direction given, and direction given in the best place on the ground.
Yes, this has been a fantastic innings. A very Alishan Sharafu-like. The only difference is that Alishan Sharafu actually hit a lot of sixes. But Salman, he has mixed it up brilliantly.
Now, when you're comparing that innings with this one, it's going to be very unfair. Alishan played against JVC Stallions. Here he's playing against the tournament favorites. And a different class altogether. These are different bowlers. Wow, this has been hit big. But Tokir comes underneath it and takes it. Finally, wicket here for Taimur and IGM. He skied it up in the air, just could not get distance. Only the elevation. And Tokir does not drop those. End of a fantastic knock from a fantastic player. Salman making his way back. 79 of 33 deliveries. What a fine knock that comes to an end. TVS are 151 for 3. Look at that. 6 boundaries, 6 sixes in that innings. Strike rate of 232, and he has done his job.
Excellent innings indeed. Take a bow. 151 for 3.
Taimur conceded 7 runs and 4 deliveries. Wow, what a delivery. Beautiful. It pitched, it nipped in. Almost taking the bails on the way to Yasir Kaleem. Very close. Very, very close.
It's picked up an important wicket. No two ways about it. The most important wicket has been picked up. Tucked away on the onside. Comfortable single there. They pick up 2. Excellent running. Excellent running between the wickets.
Top stuff here. TVS 153 for 3. Quicker in the air from Harry Bharwal. That only over that he bowled costed 17 runs. He's into his second. Now with Salman gone back in the pavilion, this is the chance for IGM to pull things back.
This is a great opportunity. Big swing and a miss.
Well, he would be gutted not to take that out of the park. And Salman, Nasir Faraz, who has been brilliant as well, equally brilliant, I would say. Nicely played down the ground for a single. So, very good start to the over. Just one run of the first 3 balls. That's the ideal sort of a start that they wanted in this over here, the IGM.
Excellent start here for Harry after going for 17 in his first over. Has come back brilliantly. Can he finish well? And he will definitely finish much better. Backing away and looking to go for the cut. Drags it back on.
And I think that would boost Harry's confidence a lot. Chopped it on, and that's a big, big wicket. Now, I don't think it's going to be easy to reach that 200 mark. Nasir Faraz making his way back. Just 2 for him in this outing. The team would have wanted him to stay there for a bit longer. And TVS, they lose their 4th. 154 for 4 after 14.4. New man in is Fayaz Ahmed. Quicker delivery through the air. What an over here from Harry. At this stage of the game, just 1 run and 1 wicket. This can be the momentum switching over.
Very crucial over this. Make no mistake about it. Comes down the track and sweeps it, Fayaz. Straight to the fielder in the deep. Just a single. 155 for 4 after 15 overs. Short ball cut away, nicely struck by Fayaz. That will run away to the fence for 4. Good looking shot.
Excellent start to the over here. This is top stuff from Fayaz. Cut away handsomely. Excellent stuff.
Short and wide, and what a nice looking shot there from him. Full way outside the off jump, wide call, rightly so.
I think tad unlucky there, I believe. But nonetheless, the last 5 overs that we are looking at. Driven nicely in the gap. Ball's racing away. Sandeep putting in the chase. Will be in vain. That's a boundary. They needed that. Top shot. Very good shot there from Fayaz. Picked his area and played it with immaculate timing there.
Yes, Fayaz, he can play some lovely shots. You definitely want to take them past 200, not just 200, take them past 200. That's it, straight to the fielder, and they pick up a quick single, direct hit, and he was gone.
He had given it up. He had given it up. Just a direct hit. It was curtains for Fayaz. Taimur, who has had an expensive start in this over, got hit for 2 boundaries already. Down the leg side, another wide. That is a sorry state here for Yasir Kaleem. He has to do a lot of work on the onside. Consistent problem here for the IGM bowlers. Be it Taimur, who has replaced Ataullah, or be it Ataullah himself. That has been a consistent problem with the extras.
Oh, that's it well.
Well enough to beat Sandeep, who gets a single. Already in excess of 10 in this over.
Full toss, driven. There is protection in the deep.
Well, they started off slow. Otherwise, they could have gone for the 2 there. In my opinion, if it was Salman, he would have scampered through for 2. Ball to go in the 16th here. Can they get a boundary to finish it off and get the score above 170?
Won't be a boundary. They're running the first one hard. They will get to 2. And they will get to exactly 170 in 16 overs. 3 overs to go. 4 overs to go, in fact. 200 definitely on.
Harry to continue. A big swing there from Fayaz. Just shuffling way too much. And a single to start the over here.
I'll bring Abid on strike. 36 of 33 for Abid. And that's nicely struck. Beautiful hit from Abid.
Now looks like the number of balls that has been gone on the canopies, they might switch the wicket to the other one. Just try to increase that distance. But if the shots are hit so well, regardless whichever pitch you play on, they are still going to disappear. What a shot there from Ali Abid. He moves to 42 of 34. These are valuable runs here. And especially context of how they are poised out in the tournament, they needed these runs. There's a quicker delivery fired onto his pads. Just flicked it for a single. Good comeback there from Harry after getting dispatched for a 6.
Fayaz. Oh, looks to play it uppishly. And they don't take the single.
Oh, what a poor shot there from Fayaz. At this stage of the game, I seriously do not understand why Jawad Ghani underestimates himself. Back-to-back dot balls here.
Comes down the track, strikes it well. That's cleared the fence.
That's clean hitting. Looks like he heard us. Excellent shot from Fayaz, stepping down the track. And that's gone for cleaners there. 184 for 4 after 17.
Right up in the block hole. Brilliant delivery there. Well dug out by Abid.
Beautiful delivery. Beautiful delivery. You can't do much about it. You have to save your wicket. Did that pretty well, Abid. 184. Can they add another 30 from here? $215 was not enough last night. Shot, glorious. Look at that 10 times and still that's going to be on top of your playlist. Beautiful shot there from Ali Abid. Glorious. Stand and deliver. Hold that pose, my friend. Tried that Yorker and missing it with the barest of margins, and Ali Abid pouncing onto the opportunity there. One shot of, in fact, one hit shot of his 50. 188 for 4.
And he has picked it up wide of the fielder at long on. That will be a boundary. And that will be 50.
Top stuff here from Ali Abid. He has played a fantastic knock here. Brilliant, brilliant stuff.
Yes, some lovely shots played. Move on to 192. Short ball pulled.
Two fielders converging. Tokir picks it up. Strong throw. But there is backup there in the form of Harry Barwal. Couple of runs there. And is that a no ball? Yes, that is. Very close, but umpire was spot on.
Free hit. And they picked up 2 as well. And Abid is slowly but steadily upping the ante here. He'll be on strike. Taimur. Shot pulled away. Not much timing on that one. Just be a single.
What an innings here he has played. 54 of 40. And Fayaz has covered it up nicely as well. 18 of 10. 196. Can they get to the 220 mark, Nishant?
Looks on from here on. 14 balls. 24 more runs. Should get it, is what I feel. Shuffled across and Taimur decided to keep his line. And Fayaz Ahmed played it very well. That was a very risky thing to do. Oh, had he missed, would have been in trouble, but not to be.
Well, the kind of the timing that was there on that particular shot, the way Brian Lara used to flick it in those golden days, just reminded you of that.
.200 up with 13 balls to go. And clubbed across the line this time. Not wide of the fielder there. Single will finish the over. 18 ball, 201 for the loss of 4 wickets. On the pads, clipped away, nicely done. That is another boundary. Very nicely struck there by Fayaz Ahmed. Shot again, pulled, doesn't time it. Will get a single. .206 for 4.
Zahid has been expensive. 32 already of 2.2 overs. Which is leaking runs on a very consistent basis.
Abid 54 of 40. Magnificent so far. Salman giving the start and then Abid following it up. Oh, that's nicely played. Very nicely played, but there is a fielder in the deep. And Shanu is quick, but still can't stop the second run.
Well, really can't do much about that. It's a big boundary. The captain has to take a call whether the fielder needs to be there on the ropes or he has to come in a few yards.
Yeah, save 2 or save 4 is the question. Oh, that's again clubbed brilliantly. Placement much better this time, and that's why the result is much better as well.
Now, when you look at that, when the teams are watching Ali Abid, he's going to be featuring in the T10 as well, Abu Dhabi T10. And this will be a lot of confidence booster for his teammates, for his team management, and for himself as a player getting into such a big tournament. 212 for 4.
230 on now. .60 or 42 is what Abid is batting on. Slow delivery, he waits for it, but hits it straight to the fielder.
Won't get 2 this time, but Fayaz will be on strike.
Last ball of the penultimate over then. 28 of 14 for Fayaz Ahmed. Zahid's last ball of the night. Oh, shuffles across, looks to hook. Gets it on the bat, gets it on the body, gets it on the helmet. Almost gets it on the stumps. 19 bowled, 2 on 3 for 4. Last over, appeal, and the finger goes up. Abid departs for 61 of 43. An incoming delivery from Taimur has done the job. Tawqir Riyasat, it is the bowler, beg your pardon. And he picks up an important wicket in the last over. Brilliantly done. Abid departs for a well-made 61 of 44. 213 for 5. Ikram is the new man in. It's Tawqir to bowl, and he straight away goes over extra. Chase for the fielder, does well, and they come back for 2. Good running between the wickets there. 215. Try and add 10 more runs, so they've already gone past what Interglobe Marine were chasing yesterday. Oh, slow delivery, well bowled. Excellent stuff from Tawqir there. Good change in pace. Full delivery, clipped away. Chase for the fielder. They are again running hard. And they pick up 2.
Well, on the shorter boundary, picking up 2. Excellent work there by the 2 batters. Well, after the departure of Ali Abid, we thought that 230 was on. Not to be so. And if IGM continues to play the way they played last night, I think they can get this target. Wide signal by the umpire. Very interesting. 2 more balls to go here. Can he get a big one?
Tries for it. Hasn't timed it. Fielder under it. Dropped. And that will cost them 2 runs. 220 brought up.
A 6 here will definitely be a momentum on TVSL side. Tawqir, last ball here. Short delivery, excellent ball, finishes off with a dot. What an over here for IGM. And TVS, they finish it off at 220 for 5 in their allotted 20 overs.
Yes, magnificent batting there. They just kept enhancing their final score at every possible opportunity. Some good power hitting by Salman. And he got 79 of 34. Then Abid, he took his time to get going, but finished very well, 61 of 44. Good support from Fayaz Ahmed as well, as they finished with 220 for 5. The bowlers Shahnawaz, the pick of the bowlers there, 2 for 27 in his 4, a wicket apiece for Taimur, Harry and Tawqir, but all very expensive. Most disappointing was Shafiq, went for 23 in 2 overs.
Well, definitely the talk in the huddle will not be different from what was there last night, but some excellent use of the power play up front by TVSL, especially the likes of Salman. He was brilliant, and that's how Saqib got out. But then this man kept on going, kept on scoring runs at will. And he wasn't just playing some unorthodox shots. He was pretty much playing those conventional shots and with proper technique. That was the end of Nadeem. Felt a bit unlucky there. But Ali Abid and the way Salman played, they made 250 within reach at one stage.
It was absolutely fantastic batting by both of them. I thought 230 was definitely on, if not 250. But then they got out and didn't quite get going with that. So that is how things ended. 220 is what they got. 221 is needed in 20 overs. So we'll take a short break. We'll come back with the run chase.
Here we are at a beautiful evening at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. We are live for the CBFS T20 League match number 30, the last league match of this tournament. Important and a crucial encounter, this IGM versus Vision Shipping. IGM winning the toss, electing to field first. Vision Shipping absolutely on point. 220 runs taken off the 20 overs allotted to them at a run rate consistently which they maintained at 11 runs per over. Started off well, made use of the power play, continued momentum in the innings and managed to get this mammoth total, and a task at hand this for IGM. 221 required, 11 runs per over is the required run rate. The umpires are at the middle with TVS fielders at the ground, and with me is Asim at the comm box. Good evening, Asim.
Good evening, Azhar, and good evening, everyone. Asif Khan and Hamid Khan both are out there in the center. It's going to be a magnificent run chase that we're going to witness here. Can IGM pull this off on the trot, chasing in excess of 210 runs? Can they do it?
Well, someone who can pull off predictions is you, Asim. I would call you the oracle of our Combox group. Absolutely on point. You said at the beginning of the innings itself that Vision Shipping is going to score near that 220. In fact, you were right on point at 220, and what a prediction and what a performance by them as well.
Well, they had to get to that mark, and with the kind of the nature of the surface, how it has evolved right from the first ball of the day versus now, the last ball that was played on the surface looks like as if it's a different track altogether. It was predicted it was gonna be that sort of a response coming through, as during the pitch I had understood that there is that moisture which is gonna trouble in the initial phase, but as the night progresses it's gonna fade off, and ball will come onto the bat relatively more easier.
Saqib Mahmood starts, and a rather powerful drive that by Asif Khan, but finds the fielder.
Very good shot to start off. Timing was what was needed. Now if you go back and see how Surya Kumar plays, he loves to time the first ball that he's playing to the middle of the bat, and the moment he does that, he is in a different zone altogether for the rest of the innings. Nicely glided towards the third man. Asif Khan is off the mark, and so is IGM. There was a slip in place, and wide-ish slip. Not sure whether when you're chasing 220, do you need that sort of a field setup or not? You probably be a lot more defensive in the power play.
Is absolutely on point there, Asim, because more than getting wickets, if they manage to contain them, the pressure will start to build up for IGM, and they will be forced to play some risky shots. This one, with no deep third man in place, beautifully glided by Asif Khan.
The swing on offer there for Saqib Mahmood. And just a dot ball. A pretty decent start, I would say, especially when you have Asif Khan and Hamid out there in the center.
And a very interesting field setup as well. The slip looks almost as if he's at second slip position. They have the sweeper and long off in the deep, edged, but falling short.
Well, pace was not on offer there. It did not carry to Jawad Ghani. He was almost at a flying slip position. And he was, I mean, we were just moments away from proving myself wrong. Why they needed a slip, and Asim, you're wrong.
No, I wouldn't say you're wrong, Asim, because the strategy for any cap, and you said it the right way, they would want to contain it. A very interesting field setup as well. They've got only the 3 fielders on the onside. Very packed offside field with the amount of outswing that Saqib can generate. It's not the worst. This one is up in the air. Chance, opportunity, first wicket goes. Asif Khan departs.
Saqib Mahmood is livid. He's ecstatic there. Good, calm, composed catch from Ikram, and that's a big wicket here falling. Big, big wicket.
Asif Khan departs early to a rather aggressive shot very early in the innings. Coming down the ground, down the track, trying to take off Saqib Mahmood, trying to lift it off mid-on or over mid-on, but not succeeding. 4 runs scored of the 5 balls he faced. The score is now 4-1. So the departure of Asif Khan brings Yasir Kaleem into the middle. He wouldn't have expected to come in this early, or at least hoped not to come in this early. And he has to come in and face Saqib, who's been on point.
Now the other game. Shot, good looking shot there from Yasir. Gets off the mark immediately.
Has beautifully executed there. Straight drive, but did not get his timing on point. Saqib trying to surprise Yasir with a possible Yorker, but falling short of his length a tad bit. First over goes, scores now 5-1.
New bowler in is Mohammad Rohid, left arm quick bowler from KPK. And the only difference I feel from what was there last night versus tonight, it is just that they have made sense out of what they are doing here, TVS, versus what Pacific was doing. Played Apesh in the gap, and there is a massive gap. I'm not sure how wise of a move that is from Jawad Ghani to give to keep that extra cover open for Yasir Kaleem.
Certainly not with that kind of a length, width offered as well, and not perfectly timed, but there's such a big gap there, Asim. I mean, you can see that it's a huge gap because there's nothing between point and mid-off.
Now, I wouldn't mind if he bowls it on to the stumps and then have that sort of a field. I don't mind at all. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. You're cutting off the probability of playing the batsman opening up and playing that shot towards cover. Keep it as close as possible to the stumps.
Yes, Rohit doing the smart thing. And I can tell you, Asim, there's going to be a lot of viewership of this match, not just by the fans of IGM, but also TVS, but also Pacific Group. With such a start, a huge mammoth total of 220, Pacific Group will be hoping that IGM goes strong.
A big heave from Hamid. So dot ball there, excellent start here from TVS, getting rid of Asif Khan first. And now just putting them under pressure. Rohit is express pace. He doesn't let any looseners out.
Is changing the field, and quite rightly there. They have more protection on the offside. There is a short cover, and Hamid wants to go ballistic, not finding bat to ball.
Swing and a miss there from Hamid. And an important dot ball that would add pressure. Definitely. 220 is not going to be easy without Asif Khan. It's as good as being without Asif Khan if he's out back in the pavilion in the first over.
And I'm absolutely loving this contest. These are two big teams against each other. This is up in the air. There's no protection there. One bounce. Boundary.
Excellent shot. Aerial route taken there by Hamid. And gets pace dividend. Umpire wanted to double check that.
Yes, and Asim, honestly, I do not quite understand the line at which Rohit is bowling. They need to have protection in the deep on the offside. They've got a deep square leg in place, but he's just spectating. And a deep third man as well. But for the kind of shots that's been offered, they need to definitely have someone at the sweeper or deep extra cover position, don't you think?
Well, absolutely. I think the bowler has to work on his line there. And that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Keep it close to the stumps. Let him swing across the line. And that's where you're going to find wickets coming through. 2 overs gone, 12 for 1.
So, Saqib will continue proceedings. Yasir will be facing him. It has been a rather cautious start. I wouldn't call it cautious because they did go for the big shots, Asim. And now they have a field setup, an interesting one. They do not have a mid-off. They have a fielder that's about between long off and deep extra cover, I would say. So length very much crucial here.
Well, it'll be interesting. What line does Saqib stick to? They need to rush for runs here, IGM. Kept it on the line of the body and just a single, and that will bring Hamid back on strike. Now, keen to see what Jawad opts for. Does he take the sweeper cover sweeper inside and pulls the mid-wicket back? Well, that's what I think he is indicating here to Saqib. Because Hamid is someone who likes to slog on the onside towards mid-wicket. And I'm not surprised with that sort of a move. Jawad is someone who really loves to be in the game, have tactical moves, those changes come through. And here comes Saqib. I just hope he doesn't bowl wide outside the off stump here. Played it in the same direction, but it is a mighty blow from Hamid. Goes for half a dozen. This is a big hit.
There's no swing on offer this time from Saqib. And a rather straight delivery. And got the treatment. Hamid is on fire. He's on a mission here, and he's succeeded so far. And with that, they've got long on. Of course, Hamid is quite strong on the onside. There's no doubt about it. But with this field setup, Saqib might hesitate to bowl his regulation outswinger delivery. He's forced to adapt right now on the leg side, but just a single taken.
Excellent stuff here from Saqib, the way he has bounced back after being hit for a massive 6 over square leg. He's bounced back pretty nicely. We'll have to wait and see what Yasir does on this particular delivery. Playing it with straight bat, straight down the ground, and in fact towards the covers, and will get a single. Brings Hamid back on strike. They need good overs here. TVSL, another one to just push Interglobe Marine onto the back foot.
Yes, Hamid is going with the same approach. This one has been miscued. Back to the bowler. He's gone. Wicket number 2.
Now the man with the golden arm, Saqib Mahmood, he knows a thing or two about getting the dangerous men out back to the pavilion. This was the zone that Hamid was targeting. And Saqib making no mistake. He is ecstatic. He can do nothing wrong with the ball. He has been consistently bowling with the new ball. Jawad's giving him the right field. All he's been asking him to do is hit the right channel. That's what he has done. Cotton ball Saqib Mahmood out back in the pavilion. 11 of 7. Hamid, IGM are in trouble.
His second wicket falls down for IGM. They must be careful here because they haven't really technically qualified. Of course, they have an absolutely amazing net run rate. We'll need to check this. Asim is doing all the calculations right now, and we will be able to advise this shortly. 2 quick wickets. Nipping back in, but too high and might have well missed the leg stump. 3 overs gone. The score is now 21 for 2. Rohit continues, and this was well struck by Yasir.
Played up is chance taken. Yasir Kaleem departs. And IGM are falling like 9 pins. Now I fear if they lose by a big margin here, they might be the ones to get eliminated.
Yes, absolutely. What a catch that is. Stretched on his left side.
Salman, is there anything that he can't do Dabang style? He has been brilliant all over the ground. Yasir Kaleem falls. So does IGM. They are in deep, deep trouble. 21 for 3.
We are back live at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Important clash this between IGM and TVS. IGM losing their way. 3 quick wickets fallen in the power play. Chasing this mammoth total of 220. And I'm getting the feeling that Pacific Group might now start favoring TVS, hoping for IGM to get all out with a low score, so that they can qualify. Anything is possible here, Asim.
Well, they'll be hoping that IGM bundles out for a mere 70, 80 odd runs. And they might believe, they might start to believe. Nervy start for Tokir Riyasat. Gets outside edge. (22 for 3), and more than the IGM management is Azhar here in the commentary box, who is very keen to know how much will IGM need to score in order to ensure that they have qualified to the semi-finals.
Well, you have to agree, Asim. This is one of the most exciting encounters. 2 great teams, and TVS, the way they have shown their perseverance, the way they have played the game today, this is real sportsmanship. This is real technique, real intent. And talk about comeback at a crucial match. They are 10 on 10 right now. Now, Sandeep will be looking to get off strike. A powerful bouncer there, just blocking himself and getting a single in the process.
Well, he was nowhere in playing that shot. Gets a single, but absolutely clueless.
As they are on a high here, Asim, absolute high. Rohit is on point. A very dangerous bowler, really quick, not easy to judge. And that's a thick, I wouldn't call it outside edge, but almost looked like it was done intentionally. And drifted towards deep third man for a single. 4 overs now completed, scores now 24 for 3. 4 overs have been bowled. IGM 24 for 3, losing 3 quick wickets. Saqib will continue, and I have a feeling that he's going to finish off his spell in the first 8 overs of the match. We'll be trying to get another wicket now. If TVS manage to do that, they can find themselves in a very dangerous position here, IGM.
Well, absolutely. They have been on top of things here. TVSL, after being asked to bat first, they batted brilliantly. Now when they have come on a mission to defend this total, they have been super amazing.
Yes, and they've been consistent throughout the match. Did well with this one. Has been struck rather powerfully on the onside. Finds the boundary.
Tokir gets a boundary there. Good looking shot. And nicely played. That will bring a lot of confidence to this man. He is due for runs. He is due for runs since a very long time. Yes, he did perform in the corporate tournament, but that's not as competitive as the cricket happening here in Sharjah Cricket Stadium. He has to perform against big teams. It is the time. He won't get such opportunities.
Is absolutely on point there, Asim. This is the right platform for him, and he needs to get the runs on board. Cannot take too long to settle himself in because they have a mammoth total here. And so far, the match very much in control of TVS.
Gotta wait and see what these batters, what approach they come out with. Appeal there, and the ball is definitely drifting down the leg.
Is creating pressure. Saqib can create magic. He can swing the ball. He can fire it in. This one was a rather straight delivery, keeping the batsman guessing, and Tawqir will be facing the heat. Some words exchanged there between the batsman and the keeper. And it's all happening here live at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
What a perfect end to the league stage, isn't it, Azhar? Complete entertaining package. Big swing, big boundary, doesn't matter, goes all the way. Good shot from Tawqir, middling the ball to perfection.
Yes, and the perfect reply to the comments that might have been exchanged there. Tawqir keeping his head strong, focus on point this time, timed it and middled it very well. There was a fielder there at the deep, but he had to just watch the ball sail through. Important runs, crucial runs this for IGM, and this might just be the partnership that they would want.
Absolutely. Saqib Mahmood has been taken for runs in this over by Tawqir. He's into his third over, ball to go. But the 2 wickets that he has taken, golden ones.
As he still has another over after this one, down the ground, but not finding the fielder.
Excellent stuff here. Finishing off his 3 overs. 5 gone, IGM 34 for 3. IGM, they need to revise their own target in order to qualify. They need to score 135 runs to qualify. Mind you, it's not going to be easy. They have to play for 135 in order to make sure that they go through at least on the net run rate part.
Yes,
That's coming in from our scorer. And the experience of Asif Chaudhary, our statistician, our analytics.
Yes, I'm beginning to wonder now, Asim, if IGM is aware of this.
Can this turn out to be that South Africa-India scenario wherein South Africa needed around 120 to score, not to win the game, but just to make sure that they are into the semi-finals, and they messed it up in the best possible way to ensure that they do not play the semi-finals in the being the home country?
I always say, Asim, that South Africa is the RCB of IPL. They always try to play well, put in all the efforts, but never finds themselves lucky enough to qualify. And we have to start wondering if IGM has put themselves in that position. Only time will tell. Someone at the IGM dugout, I'm sure, is aware of the target that they need to take. 135 runs in the quest of winning the match. They should not lose the tournament. 135 is very much possible, especially if they continue to keep the partnership going. So Pacific Group fans, who are you rooting for? Let's see it in the comments.
Well, he tried to pull that one out of nowhere. Ball keeping low.
Yes, Asim, I haven't seen Rohit this relaxed, honestly. Today, he is on a different level. He's been pitching it at the right areas, and with his pace, mind you, it's not easy to put them away. Sandeep is under pressure, and he's just scored 1 of 7 deliveries, quite a lot of dot balls there. And the situation is definitely favoring very much TVSL right now.
Very good delivery. Very, very good delivery from Rohit.
A perfect start to the power play, Asim, for TVSL. And also a perfect start to the power play for TVSL when they were batting as well. They scored 70 runs of the 6 overs. And over here we can see IGM struggling, not even half of that score made so far.
They've been brilliant here. TVSL all-round performance. Beautiful delivery. Pitching, moving away. There was seam movement there, and that's the end of the power play. 6 gone. IGM 35 for 3.
The highlights of the power play, and it has been Saqib Mahmood all throughout the 6 overs. Rohit as well bowled some beautiful deliveries, barring that few of those ones which have been put away. Saqib has been on fire. This one directed straight and quick, and a cotton bowled. And that beautiful catch taken. And this one has been the best of the lot. Lofted towards that cow corner region. 6 runs taken. 6 overs have been bowled, and the score now stands at 35 for 3. So, Saqib Mahmood is back. The field has been opened now, fielding restrictions now no longer exists. Can he take another wicket here?
Nicely played in the gap by Sandy. Gets a single there. It'll be interesting to see how Tokir plays out Saqib. He took him for runs in the last over, Azhar. Now with the field spread, will he keep the same approach?
Highly unlikely, but they do have the required run rate now, climbing at 13.4 runs per over. This has been driven straight, but will find the fielder at long on. So yes, with the required run rate at 13.4 runs per over, Asim, I think what IGM will be looking forward to is just to qualify, but they will be qualifying with a loss, and that's something that might unsettle them before going into the semis. They are definitely, mind you, one of the best teams, no doubt. And that is if they qualify into the semis.
Absolutely. Tokir batting on the 13 of 9 probably would give it a chance against Saqib, because after this it's going to be really tough with Fayaz coming in, Rohit. They're not sure whether Rohit's going to continue. Glorious shot.
Oh.
And almost Nasir Faraz pulled it. I felt it's going all the way. Not to be so.
Oh, that was so close. Brilliant attempt there, mind you, just slipped his hands. And on another day, that might have well been taken. Beautiful effort there. But Tokir survives, and his opportunity continues.
Now, I won't be surprised if the ball is pitched outside the off stump. Sandy would go towards extra, or maybe slice one over the point. It's on the stumps, it's on the money, and it's a dot ball.
Sandeep is definitely not getting his groove on here. He has a job at hand, and they will need to still cross that 135 run mark. They need another 95 odd runs to get there in 13 overs. So you need to get those boundaries coming. If not, at least rotate the strike.
Well, need to get one for sure, because the run rate is well under 6. Steps down, just a single coming through. Pretty smart move here coming in from Jawad Ghani, asking the bowler to keep it on the stumps on the longer boundary. That is a good move. 7 overs gone, IGM 40 for 3. Seven overs, 40 for 3, and IGM are in deep, deep trouble. And joining me in the comm box is going to be my co-commentator, Nishant Majetia, after a long break. Welcome back, Nishant. Welcome back, Nishant.
Thank you very much, Asim. I was just trying to figure how long was the break actually.
It's Jawad Ghani who has come into bowl now.
And this is important because Jawad Ghani can be very crucial. Haven't seen much of him, neither with the bat nor with the ball in this tournament so far. And straight away that shape pretty much visible with Jawad driven straight to mid-off, dot ball to start with.
Now he has been leading from the front and he's been phenomenal.
Looks to cut it away. Under edges it to the wicket keeper. For the loss of 3 wickets. Sandeep batting on 5-15. Looks to go for the big shot off the inside half of the bat. Nasir picks it up. Another single taken. Three more deliveries to go. Takir 14 of 10 is what he's batting on. Nicely bowled, very tidy, driven straight to long off, single taken. That's hammered by Sandeep this time, but again straight to long off. Ali Abid just being kept a little busy. Last ball of the over from Gunny, just the 3 runs of it so far. Wide outside the off stump, cut away, straight to the field, a dot ball to finish. And 8 overs bowled, it's 43 for 3. So spin now. Sandeep will be on strike. Fayaz Ahmed coming into the attack. Oh, brilliant delivery, appeal for a leg before. Umpire not interested. That was an arm ball and that came back in very sharply. That was off the bat.
That's off the bat. Good decision there. Fayaz was excited for a moment.
He was extremely excited, to be very honest. Nicely tossed up. Takir just defending it on the onside. Excellent delivery again. Watchfully defended there. Three more deliveries to go in this over. Comes down the track, has chipped it in the air. Would have been trouble, but very lucky that it landed safe.
It's too easily there. I think it's going to be pretty much easy affair that they have to just play out the 20 overs, score at 7-8 runs an over, and get to that 135 run mark somehow.
Required it at 15.44 an over right now.
Nicely played in the gap once again, looking for two, and they'll get it easily.
Good running between the wickets. Excellent running between the wickets there. So Fayaz has conceded just 5 runs so far in this over. Too far outside the off stump that has been driven. The fielder gets a hand to it. That will just be a single, and that will be the end of the over. 9 bowled, 49 for 3. Jawad Ghani to bowl his second over here. Oh, almost dragging it back onto the stumps. Dot ball.
Just happened to miss that one completely there, Nishant. Let's see what happened on that delivery. Well, the ball shaping after pitching. Tokir wanted to go for that big hit towards the shorter boundary. Missing it completely. Again, playing it towards cover, straight to the fielder. Back-to-back dot balls here by Jawad. This is good stuff.
Brilliant bowling this. Again, right up there. And that has been nicely played, but third man is in place.
What field position. Excellent captaincy, I would say. Top stuff from Jawad. He is bowling to the field. He is forcing the batsman to play against that shorter boundary. And he has the fielders placed in the right position. Looks in all sorts of bother here, Team IGM. So unlikely IGM today. Again, a dot ball straight to the fielder.
This is brilliant bowling indeed. No two ways about it. They've been absolutely on top of things. 8 of 19 for Sandeep. Oh, that's a full toss. He hasn't timed that one. And he hits it straight to the fielder in the deep.
He's asking for a no ball. Let's look at that. It was a full toss though, but hit high on the bat. That angle would not be justifying us to make any comment on that. Maybe a side angle can help.
Yes, Sandeep Sandy, 8 of 20. It was a very uncharacteristic Sandeep knock here. He's not happy. He's not happy at all. Nasir Faraz.
Well, you don't want to see IGM walk out of this tournament. With just one bad performance, you do not want to see such a team to walk out. But if you play all matches really well, and then one game, like way below your level, and then it turns out to be like a deserving situation.
Last ball of the 10th over. Oh, looks to cut it away. Under edge. Straight to short fine. 10 overs bowled. 50 for 4.
Off the back foot, played it straight to the fielder. That has been the affair all this while for IGM.
Fayaz Ahmed. And Tawqir looks to go big. Doesn't time it. Straight to the fielder in the deep.
.170 to get. Forget about 170. Gets next 70.
As per Asif, they actually need 84 more. And that is looking difficult here. Played straight to the fielder. Dot ball. Fayaz bowling a pretty tidy over here. And that is very nicely played. Deft touch from Shahnawaz.
Played it very, very late. Almost from the gloves of Umar Arshad. Situation wherein they'll just have to focus, regroup and bat sensibly. They still need to score at 9 and over to even get to that 135 mark.
Last ball of the over. Comes down the track, has hit it uppishly, hits it straight to the fielder's throat. Shahnawaz, he departs.
Oh Shahnawaz, what have you done? Giving it straight to Sajjad Malok. This is poor stuff from IGM. They are now getting close to getting knocked off from the tournament.
Shahnawaz departs for 2 of 5. It's 53 for 5 after 11.
12th over in progress. Jawad Ghani has bowled 2. Good shot, straight down the ground, and Tokir gets a 6. Good start to the over.
Yes, excellent start indeed. Make no mistake about it. That was nicely struck. Right up in the block hole this time. Nicely dug out.
Lukman is the new man. Hazrat Lukman. He knows a thing or two about hitting big. Right in the block hole, and Jawad Ghani is making things miserable here for IGM. They just can't play him.
What a delivery that was.
You don't need to have pace if you can have that sort of an accuracy.
And Hazrat Lukman has been winning games for his side with the bat. He departs for a first ball duck, a golden duck. 60 for the loss of 6 wickets now. This is turning out to be an absolute disaster for IGM.
Well. It's looking done and dusted for them in the CBFS Season 2. Just one loss and you're out of the tournament. That's what you are saying. Do not underestimate any situation. This makes me go back to the conversation when Asif Lala was discussing after the game last night. That don't worry guys, Pacific will qualify. He didn't. I definitely think he didn't mean this. We'll let you qualify in our place. Jawad Ghani, take a bow. What leadership.
It's exceptional performance this, make no mistake about it. Jawad Ghani to bowl to Shafiq. Opens the face of the blade there. They should be able to pick up a single. Oh, direct hit. But no damage for either sides. Neither getting runs of the ricochet nor anything else.
Tokir batting on 29 of 24. Can he seal his team through to the semi-finals? Playing off the back foot, straight down the ground, gets a single. Who would have thought this? Nishant.
Last ball of the over from Gunny is third, 2 for 13 his figures. Short ball opens the face of the blade there, plays it towards the field is sweeping. Single to finish the over, 12 bowled, 63 for 6.
Fayaz starts off with a dot ball there. Works it around the corner, shy at the stumps, and that's going to be out. Well, Shafiq has to depart. What's happening here? This is not the IGM that we have seen. What is happening? Well, they are in all sorts of bother. 63 for 7. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think many would have been in shock of how they have been pushed on the back foot. Well, this is amazing stuff from TVSL. That's an appeal. Should be out. That's out. Gone. Tokir's out as well. I think he was the final hope. He was the final hope. Tokir's out. 8 down. IGM are almost going to be staying home for the rest of the tournament. This is disaster. This is disaster. The man who was fighting for it, 30 of 26. Well, it's a weekend, mind you, but not sure how many of the IGM players are actually going to have a nice weekend.
Well, 63 for 8. And still a long, long way away. Nicely bowled this time. That's been tucked away. Will pick up a single. Another run added to the tally. Zahid is the new man in. Very well bowled. Defended. That is another dot ball. Last ball of the over coming up. Outside the awesome, he waits for it, cuts it away. Will pick up a single. And that is the end of the over. 13 balls, 65 for 8. Nasir Faraz into the attack. And in the com box for the final rights. We have got Azhar back. Welcome back, Azhar.
Thank you, Nishant. And the final rights is supposedly going to be of IGM, who plays shots like that, and another wicket falls down. What is happening? IGM collapsing in ways they would have never have had dreamt of.
Well, this is absolutely unbelievable stuff. And this will give TVSL immense confidence going into the knockouts. Mohammad Zahid departs for 1 of 4. Caught Rohit, bowled Nasir Faraz. One more wicket away from a win. Taimur is the new man in. The new laws are going to affect close matches big time. Imagine this being the last over. They need 6 more to win. And the batsman not able to cross over.
Exactly. That has been an absolute game changer, hasn't it? We've seen that in many occasions. Many of the batters or the batting side use that as a strategy to save themselves from difficult situations. This time, IGM, I mean, I've seen a lot of collapses of different types. I think IGM can well put their name alongside RCB and South Africa.
No, this is definitely a big letdown. Last night when they chased the 200 plus total down, they looked like pretty high on confidence, and it looked like as if it's on to them as to who they want to be the second team into the semis.
Just still not able to believe this, Nishant. This score is not something IGM should be in a position as 66 for 9 now, 14 gone, 6 more overs to go.
So Nasir Faraz to bowl, in fact Fayaz Ahmed, beg your pardon, 2 for 11 for him in his 3 overs. He'll bowl his final over. Now will this be the final over of the match as well?
Quite possible. This is chipped up. Could this be the moment? No! Salman drops it. This match has been nothing short of twists and turns. It's like watching one of those Abbas Mustan movies. Race 1, race 2, race 3. This is race 4.
Really? Well, I thought that right from the first over, the moment Asif Khan got out, this has been a very, very predictable, formulaic movie of the 80s.
With Amrish Puri, the villain, then Sunny Deol, the hero.
I was talking more about the time of Bachchan. And this time the catch is taken. That's all over. That is all over.
Yes, IGM crumbles and crumbles down hard. An absolute anti-climax for them in this tournament, being at the very top of the table in their group. Can you just believe it? They are now out of the tournament. It will be TVSL and Pacific Group that qualifies. And this is an amazing turn of events.
Yes, of course, we'll still hold on to that thought, wait for the official confirmation on that. But this has been an absolute hammering, to be very honest. Absolute hammering here. And,
Yes. We have to wait for the official confirmation, no doubt. But as per what our calculations or estimations were at the beginning of the match, it seemed like IGM required somewhere around the 135-run mark to qualify. We just have to wait and watch how the points table turn out. But I got a feeling, Nishant, that it's not going to be favoring them.
yeah, absolutely not. And look at that. That scorecard says it all. Just 30 from Tawqir and Hamid getting 11 at the top. Then single digits. Had that started with 5, it would have been a Sharjah number. 4, 6, 8, 2, 0, 2, 1, 1, 2.
With one extra digit.
There would have been 9 digits.
Oh, yes, correct. Yes, that's true.
Yes, a bowled out for 67 then. As far as the bowling was concerned, almost everybody turned up tonight. Well, 3 wickets for Fayaz Ahmed, 2 apiece for Ghani and Mahmood at the top. He did the damage at the top. And then a wicket apiece for Rohit and Nasir Faraz.
So what a performance and what a comeback this by TVSL. Played as a unit, backed each other up, some beautiful fielding, excellent batting, no doubt. When we talk about their batting, 220 runs taken, Nishant.
Well, that makes for a sorry-looking match. Somebody 220 for 5 in 20 overs. Salman giving the start. Abid and Fayaz providing the finish. Shahnawaz bowled brilliantly, but not good enough. In reply, absolutely nothing from IGM. Bowled out for 67 in a very, very disastrous batting performance. Vision Shipping win by 153 runs.
It's indeed one of the biggest marginal wins for TVSL. And they must be proud. They have to be proud about the way everybody contributed. The bowlers contributed, the batsmen, the fielders. They have been at it right from the very beginning, barring the toss that they lost and they were put on to bat. Beautiful start, excellent power play, 70+ runs taken. and kept their scoring rate above 10 runs per over throughout the match, ended up with a mammoth total of 220 runs.
Right then, that's all for now. We have a day's break tomorrow. We'll be back with the semi-finals day after. For now, we'll dive into a short break. When we come back, we'll have Asim with the post-match presentation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the SkyExchange.net CBFS T20 League Season 2 powered by FanCode. Now, before we begin, we would like to thank all our sponsors who have supported this event in making it a success. Our title sponsor, SkyExchange.net, our streaming partner, FanCode, event partner, TCM, toss partner, Arba Sports Services, associate sponsor, Arsuk.com, the support sponsor, Toyam Sports Limited, and our merchandise partner, 7 Districts. Now, this was the final game of the league stages. TVSL taking on IGM. Let me give you a download of what exactly was needed. TVSL must-win game. IGM had to score, about 135, 140 runs in order to make sure that they qualify through to the next round. In pursuit of 220 runs, IGM was bundled out for under 70 runs, and that was enough for Pacific Group's prayers to be answered. They are through to the semi-final. IGM losing just one game, and that one big game that they have lost have resulted in them getting knocked out of the tournament. Now, what this does, it reminds you of that incident of South Africa getting knocked out in the 2007 World Cup. Very similar situation. Coming back to our post-match party, I have Iftikhar Ali, who's our match referee, and he'll be handing over the Man of the Match award to Salman Khan for scoring 79 of 34 balls. He's a Arsuk player, Man of the Match, and he'll get a gift hamper and a 20% discount voucher for all the products purchased from arsuk.com. Congratulations first of all, Salman. बहुत ही उम्दा खेले, बहुत माशाल्लाह, काफ़ी आउटस्टैंडिंग इनिंग्स रही आपकी. बैक टू बैक सेकंड मैन ऑफ द मैच, कैसा फील हो रहा है?
पहले तो आपका शुक्रिया. बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. बैक टू बैक आप जिधर भी परफॉर्म करते हो मज़ा आता है, लेकिन आज जिस तरह की क्वालिटी बॉलिंग थी वो उनके ख़िलाफ़ परफॉर्म करना मेरे लिए एक यादगार इनिंग्स ये रहेगा.
चलिए, मुझे पूरे मैच में एक शॉट बताएं जो आपका सबसे फेवरेट था इस मैच में.
मेरा सबसे फेवरेट पुल पे छक्के मारना है, और वो आज काफ़ी ज़्यादा लगे हैं.
वो जो शानदार आपने वो फाइन लेग के ऊपर जो छक्का मारा है, अक्सर देखा जाता है टॉप एज पे छक्के लगते हैं, वो मिडिल ऑफ द बैट से छक्का लगा है. कितना कॉन्फिडेंट फील कर रहे थे उसके बाद?
उसके बाद मैं शुरू से आज कॉन्फिडेंस फील कर रहा था, क्योंकि मेरा पहला चौका ही अच्छा लगा पॉइंट पे, और जिस तरह की वो शॉट थी उस पर मैं काफ़ी वर्क कर रहा हूँ ना. आजकल की डिमांड यही है क्रिकेट में कि आप हर तरह के शॉट खेलने आपको आते हो तो आपको ज़्यादा प्रेफर करेंगे टीमें, तो उस पर काफ़ी वर्क किया. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आज रिजल्ट मिला है तो काफ़ी खुशी है.
चलिए बताइए, आपका आइडियल प्लेयर कौन है, किसको आप अपना आइडल मान के खेलते हैं?
आपको मेरे शर्ट नंबर से अंदाज़ा हो जाएगा 56।
वेल काफ़ी कंसिस्टेंट परफॉर्मेंस रही है इस चीज़ में। बताइए इसके पीछे खास राज क्या है? आप प्रैक्टिस करते हैं डेली, क्या क्या रूटीन रहता है आपका?
जी प्रैक्टिस तो करना पड़ता है। मैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रोज़ाना प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ। शाम में मैं नेट सेशन करता हूँ जब मैच नहीं होता। मॉर्निंग में जिम सेशन होता है। फिर मिडल में अगर मुझे थोड़ा सा मौका मिले तो एक आधा एक्स्ट्रा सेशन करता हूँ फील्डिंग का। तो उससे काफ़ी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह फील्डिंग में भी इम्प्रूवमेंट आ रही है, तो काफ़ी खुश हूँ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
ये रिजल्ट के बारे में बताएं। टीम को हराना ज़रूरी था क्वालिफाई करने के लिए, हराया इस तरीके से हराया कि टूर्नामेंट से बाहर कर दिया। बताइए क्या इस परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में ओवरऑल
टीम का परफॉर्मेंस मैंने आपको पिछले इंटरव्यू में भी बताया था कि काफ़ी अच्छा रहा है। काफ़ी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारा भी कॉम्बिनेशन इस तरह का बना हुआ है कि हम ये मोमेंटम जारी रखेंगे। इस तरह हराएंगे इसका तो आइडिया नहीं था, लेकिन ये पार्ट ऑफ गेम है। हमने एक टाइम आ गया हमारे पास कि हमने इनको 100 के अंदर पकड़ना था, तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वो डिलीवर हुआ। हमारी बॉलिंग काफ़ी अच्छी रही, हमारी फील्डिंग आज काफ़ी अच्छी रही, तो रिजल्ट आपके सामने।
आखिरी सवाल, कप्तान का कितना अहम रोल है आपके इस परफॉर्मेंस में? किस तरीके का कॉन्फिडेंस देते हैं जवाद भाई आपको?
जवाद भाई का तो जितना परफॉर्म किया इधर, तो सारा क्रेडिट मैं उनको ही दूंगा, क्योंकि उन्होंने मुझे पाकिस्तान से बुलाया स्पेशल ये टूर्नामेंट्स खेलने के लिए। उन्होंने कहा कि आ जाओ इधर, आप खेलो, आप एंजॉय करोगे इधर, और उन्होंने मुझे मौका दिया। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैंने परफॉर्म किया, तो काफ़ी खुश हूँ।
चले उम्मीद करते हैं हैट्रिक की सेमीफाइनल में। ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट।
इंशाल्लाह। थैंक यू।
That's it from the post-match presentation. That was our man of the match, Salman Khan, and that's it from here. And that's it from the league stages. We'll be taking one day of a gap, and we'll be back again live from Monday onwards for the first semi-final. And until then, have a very nice weekend. Good night.